What's up, everyone? Welcome back to a Sunday watch-along classic WCW pay-per-view this time. Halloween Havoc 1997 on the Peacock. That's what we're doing today. Excuse me. Hope you guys are having a great afternoon. Sorry, it took me a couple of extra minutes to get up here. It is 5 past the hour. I thought I'd be up here quicker than that, but trying to gather myself, get a nice cold frosty beverage ready, get set up, get my cock pulled up, and we are ready to go for Halloween Havoc. Hopefully, we'll have a nice little audience in here tonight. I know we got some baseball games on. We have a Sunday Night Football matchup tonight, which I believe is Chiefs and Bills. And I thought it would be a good night to come up here and do a watch-along because I had nothing else really going on, and we didn't do one last week. So, and the next couple of Dynamites, we won't be doing watch-alongs because they are both bumped to Saturdays, and I won't be able to do watch-alongs for those. So, I figured I better come up here today and do a Halloween Havoc. We might do one next week as well. As a matter of fact, I think we will. So we'll probably do another Halloween Havoc. So I'm thinking 1996, 1993. Those were 2 more years that I considered doing today. I really don't want to do 1998. I would rather stay away completely of Hulk Hogan versus the Ultimate Warrior. And I did a review of Halloween Havoc 1998 a couple of years ago. So that's on my channel already. So maybe next week, 1 week from today, we will come up here and do another one. We'll see. I'll give it some thought this week. We'll talk on the podcasts and whatnot and go from there. So just want to say hello to Jay Lambo, Tatanani, Bubba Gump, Sam, Lil Justin Lowe. We are Pro Wrestling in the house. That's good. I'm glad that when you are here in case I have a question. Ben, Charlie, we've got Raymond. We got Timu is back. Cobro and David Brown. Nice. George Morris is here as well. Thanks for the $5, man. Hey, Greg, how are you doing? Halloween Havoc 97, 10 out of 10. Halloween Kills this Friday in theaters and streaming on Peacock. Will Dutch come back? Do you mean Dutch from Cobra Kai? I don't know. Apparently the actor wanted nothing to do with it, unless Dutch is also a Halloween character, which I wouldn't know. I never saw any of the Halloween movies and don't know anything about them. But it's Scary Movie Month. October is a super fun time as it is, and thanks for being here, George. I'm glad you gave Halloween Havoc 97 a 10 out of 10. Even with that Hogan and Piper fucking match, you gave this thing a 10 out of 10. I got fond memories of this one. I wish my buddy Daniel was here. I am almost certain this is the pay-per-view that he and I watched in a double-wide trailer down in North Carolina. Now, I would order all of the WWE pay-per-views every month and record them myself. But WCW, I would only order some, maybe like 3 a year. But if somebody we knew was getting the pay-per-view, sometimes we'd go watch it. So my buddy was like, hey, my friend's ordering this pay-per-view. I don't even remember his name. I just remember he lived like kind of way out in the boonies. Really nice, like big double-wide trailer that was super nice looking. And we went in there and watched this pay-per-view in some stranger's family's home. And it was quite fun. We all had a great time laughing at the absurdity of Hogan and Piper and the greatest cage match in history and how ironic this match was. The fact that WCW billed this match so heavily and hyped it so hard. I remember all the shit they did on Nitro and this icon stuff with Hogan and Piper and the greatest cage match in history. This match and this pay-per-view took place like 3 weeks to the day after Bad Blood 97, the first ever Hell in the Cell match when Shawn and Taker changed the business. And then they're going to try to pass this bullshit off as the greatest cage match in history when the cage was just sloppity and floppity and flimsy and it was too big and Savage shortened his career with a big bump off the top. The whole entire thing was a disaster from what I remember. So it should be fun to go through this and watch all the way through. Haven't seen the show in quite some time. I have watched the Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio match a few times throughout the years because this encounter that they have here on this show is my favorite match between the two that they've ever had. So really looking forward to watching that one again, and should be a pretty good card and a pretty fun main event to kind of laugh at a little bit. Sam, Hart versus Sting was at Halloween Havoc the following year in 98. Another match that just wasn't good. I mean, Hart and Sting you would think is a dream match, but with everything going on in that angle with the NWO and all that, it made what should have been, you know, a pretty huge match, really nothing special at all. And that's a shame. So Anywho, once everybody gets here, figure we give it like 5 minutes, and you guys can go over to Peacock. So, by the way, you want to go to the WWE tab of Peacock, go down to those WCW pay-per-views, scroll over to Halloween Havoc, and you want to pull up Season 9, Episode 1, Halloween Havoc, 1997. If you have any ads to watch or anything like that, get those out of the way now. I don't watch ads. Or I have premium, I guess, so they don't play for me. But if they play for you, get through them, get all your zeros lined up at the bottom, and we're all going to hit play together. And we've done quite a few of these now, so you guys know the drill. Just in case you don't, timer above my head. It's all you got to worry about. Just follow along with that timer. Once we all click play, the timer will start moving. If you have any issues during the watch-along and your computer freezes or it buffers or it does whatever, all you got to do is just match up your timer. I will do the same thing. The timer above my head never stops moving. That's how we are able to stay in sync here. So if my computer crashes or if I have any sort of buffering problem or the internet goes down or whatever, the timer will move, and we just got to match ourselves up to that. And we should be able to watch just fine. For the Peacock watchers, if you're watching on another platform other than Peacock, we might not sync up exact, but at the same time, should be pretty close. So they've been working out pretty well. So far, the watch-alongs, we've probably done about 24 of these now since the beginning of the year, and they've been fun. Cheers to you. A little Stella I got to open here. I'm all out of Broken Skull IPA. I drank all those, so we are down to the Stellas tonight, and a little Riddle RVD special next to that, and we are ready to rock. So I've got my Halloween Havoc pulled up. Hopefully you guys do as well. We'll do the typical countdown from 3 to hit play and start rocking and rolling on this. That's right. Jericho is on the card. Who does Jericho wrestle? This might be the show he wrestles Gato, actually, I think. It might be. I'll have to look. We'll find out when we go through. It's either that or Disco Inferno. I forgot. We'll see. I have trouble really remembering the card. I want to say Perfect and Flair is on here as well. Hogan, Piper, and then, of course, Eddie and Ray. And I think Savage DDP. That might be the other big semi-main. So it's kind of all fresh for me because I'm not really totally sure of this entire card. So we shall find out. All right, my finger, I got to do the double mouse thing. I got 2 mouses going on here, one to click play, one to click the timer. I am locked and loaded. Hopefully you guys are as well. We're going to do a countdown from 3, and then we're going to click play. All right, my fingers are ready. Y'all ready to rock? Here we go. 3, 2, 1, play. Perfecto. Don't skip the intro or anything like that. Just let it play. WCW, they never had as good of pre-show video hype packages as WWE. Nobody could touch WWE's production. Even when WCW was tripling them in the ratings, they still had better production. There was so much, even at WCW's peak, their height of popularity, to me anyway, as a fan watching at the time, there was still so much that felt low budget and low rent in terms of their production, which is just weird because it shouldn't be that like that. They should have state-of-the-art everything, and it didn't seem like they did. They're using, this can't be what they used this night. This is Mark Marrow's theme. This has got to be, or not Mark, yeah, this is Mark Marrow's theme, which isn't owned, I don't think, by WWE. I think that's stock music or something, but I don't think they used it here at Halloween Havoc 97 in the original broadcast. I could be wrong. I didn't like that they kind of changed the set. If you notice, the Halloween Havoc set's a little different. They got rid of the big pumpkin. Now it's like the skull. Still cool, but I didn't like it as much as the old big pumpkin set. All right, so it's Dusty, Tony, and Bobby. Oh, that's right. They're in Vegas. That's right. They did Havoc in Vegas at least 2 years in a row, maybe more. That's right. It was the year before. It was the year before that Piper showed up at the end of the pay-per-view and cut the promo. Oh, is it real? So they really did use this? Okay, I just thought that was a Peacock thing. Interesting. Because Mero would go on to use that theme in WWE when he became Boxer Man, but that theme, just like the Hardy Boys and Bob Holly, those themes must be free for use or something, because I've heard them on ESPN and other shows and shit. Interesting. Lex Luger's WCW theme is probably in that mix as well. Classic Dusty wearing a t-shirt. I love it. Where do I get a Halloween Havoc collared shirt? Slim Jim's Halloween Havoc. Yeah, my previous thumbnail, I put the Snickers Halloween Havoc. And I'm like, I don't think that's right. I think this one's Slim Jim, so I had to go find the correct logo for this show. It was not easy to find an HD render of that. Oh, it's Yuji Nagata. I don't even know what the opening bout fucking is. Look at Sonny Ono inventing the selfie. Is that Shane McMahon? I like that Nagata just looks like he's wearing like the floor mat to a 93 Ford truck. Who the hell's he wrestling? I'm trying to think if I recognize the music. Oh, it's Ultimo Dragon, I think. Is it Ultimo? Yeah, it's Ultimo. Although I'm not quite sure if this is his WCW music either. I just recognize the color of the lights. I don't think that's the real music either, but I could be wrong. Oh, it might be his real music. I never know. Sounds like it. It's either the same song or a close version of it. Sam, that's Eugene Nagata is a good one for what's his face on Twitter to make a thing of him. Put Eugene's head on Nagata's body. James Vanderbeek, somebody text him or tweet him that. Yeah, I didn't think it was. At first I thought it was his real music. Then when I started listening to it, I'm like, oh, maybe it's not. And then at the end, I feel like it might have been. I thought I remembered it being a touch more catchy than that, but I always like the WCW put print on the canvas, like the logo of the show or whatnot. WWE never did that. The only time I can ever remember them ever doing it is WrestleMania 12. I have a piece of that ring right behind me from the Iron Man match, and I can't recall them ever writing on the mat other than WrestleMania 12. I don't know why they don't like it. It's possible they also did it at the Raw Bowl, that 96 football game thing they had. But even during the Monday Night Wars, I'm surprised they didn't have a big WWE Raw logo right in the ring. Voice of Mike Tenay. So Tenay's just maybe joined him for this match? Look at Little Nate in there. Look at that hair on Little Nate. My God. It's gorgeous stuff. What's up, Wrestle Austin? I'm with you, man. I'm loving the Eddie Ray match later on. It's going to be great. What's up, Angie? You always pick watch-alongs when my Chiefs are playing Sunday Night Football. I'm still listening to you, but watching my game. I understand. I got an invite to go over to my sister's house tonight, but I had already scheduled this watch-along and stuff. But my brother-in-law, her husband, is from Kansas City originally, and he's a big Chiefs fan. So they are over there probably yelling at their TVs right now. So I'm rooting for the Chiefs. How about that, Angie? It's probably going to happen a lot when I do watch-alongs in the fall. I'm probably going to be going head-to-head with a lot of football, which is why I'm not going to do them every week. But I think we'll do one next week because I'm not going to be here Wednesday. Yeah, Victor, we talked all about this yesterday on the podcast. SmackDown's going to be 2.5 hours. They're going to be head-to-head with Rampage for a little bit. Yeah, Ray's attire in this match has been tributed at least twice in the last couple of years. Once by Seth Rollins, I think in the match against Ray, and then I'm pretty sure that Santos Escobar did one in NXT too. Might have been last year's Halloween Havoc, I don't remember. I guess I better watch some NXT to try to brush up as much as I can before we get to Halloween Havoc in a couple of weeks. Oof. I don't know if SmackDown's going to switch to 3 hours. I'd probably say it's not, but it seems like the relationship is already weird enough between Fox and WWE. I'm not sure if adding programming is going to solve anything or help anything, but we'll see. You might see some springboarding going on. Right on, Martin. Giants didn't have a good day, huh? I barely caught any scores. Did the Lions lose again? I won in fantasy football. I'm completely phoning in my fantasy league. I have not set my lineup or changed any starters at all year. And I'm 3-2. Acai moonsault with a little granola and yogurt. Mwah. Yeah, you guys catch the flock rolling in. I'm trying to think. This would have been, okay, this would have been late 97. So Raven was there for a bit. He's already been there for a few months. He came in on the same night, I think it's Kurt Hennig. Ooh. Might have been Bash at the Beach or something. Lions lost 1917. Right on, Lions. Keep being you. Keep doing you. Oh. Packers kicker missed 3 field goals. Didn't he win one, kick one to win it? I did see that score. Aaron Rodgers at one time was a frequent guest in my restaurant. He lived right down the road. Haven't seen him in a while. Where is he going? Oh, okay. Oof. And they've got no padding on those turnbuckles at all. If you're going to pad the front of it, pad the buckle itself. Okay, so he'd only wrestled once by this point. I remember him and Hennig, I thought, came in at the same time. Like they were promoting, like, not Impact players, but somebody was going to make an impact, and it turned out to be 2 guys. It was Hennig and Raven. I think came in on the same show, I want to say. But my memory's foggy. Tatanani, your Chargers. They're also kind of my Chargers, although they left me and went up the road. But they won over the Browns. That's good. Damn, that was 47-42. Holy shit. I was a huge Raven fan, Russell Austin. I don't even know if I think he was underrated. I just think that he might have been better off going from ECW to WWE, like not going to WCW first, like continuing to grow that Raven legacy in ECW and try to hold out, but WCW offered him money. It's kind of hard to turn that down. And if he went to WWE straight from that, I think he would have had more success in WWE. I think they would have been more likely to push him than someone that went from WCW, then back to ECW, then over to them. He kind of lost some of that Raven magic in WCW. So I think that would have helped him be a bigger star, but that's hindsight. At the time, when you got one employer who's bouncing checks and, another company that's saying, hey, we'll just pay you $1 million or whatever it is a year, you're going to take the deal. So I think money, along with maybe some personal stuff, is what maybe stopped Raven a little bit and slowed him down. But I loved him as a character. I thought he was great in WCW, or I'm sorry, in ECW. By the time he got here to WCW, but his gimmick was just better for ECW and that smaller crowd and that more violent stuff. And I also think it would have fit in WWE in like 97 and 98 and 99. Ministry of Darkness, all that stuff going on. I think the Raven character would have been better off there, but he didn't come in until like the next year. Yeah, Ultimo's got an injured arm, but he's trying to use it as a submission. Armbar, and he's tapping. Nagata taps out Dragon. Very, very happy Sonny Ono. Probably another selfie. Oh, look at Sonny's going to deliver a kick to the arm. Damn, good kick, too. I forgot. We've seen Sonny Ono recently. I think he was in one of the Dark Side of the Rings, perhaps. Which one did we see him on? What is that? Oh, money? We got a 6 sucks sign in the crowd. He was probably on his way out around this time, too, if he wasn't already gone. Can I name 10 NWO members beyond the obvious ones? Well, yeah. Well, I think so. Well, who are the obvious ones? Hall, Nash, Hogan? Or does everybody else count, too? But I'd say Sting, Luger, Hennig, Rude, Scott Norton, what's his face? Chono, Vincent, Brian Adams. There's definitely more. Oh, it was the North Korea Dark Side of the Ring. Thank you. I know Disco always wanted to be in, but he never was. Mark Madden? Jesus. Disco Inferno and Mark Madden. Are there two fucking more annoying people in the world? The best part of this interview is the guy on the right typing. This was Xbox last night in WCW. Interesting. Oh, there's Jacqueline. Oh, my God. Jacqueline's going to whoop his ass. I think she beats him, too. I remember this feud. And that was Miss Texas. She'd be heading over to WWE shortly after this. Like the very next, she'd be in WWE in a matter of months after this here. Buff Bagwell, there's another one. There's a bunch. Look at this. It's unadvertised. I didn't know this was unadvertised. Stevie Richards. I never knew this was unadvertised. I remember seeing a clip of this match probably within the last year. And I was like, I don't remember that, but... Oh my God, they're playing Break the Walls Down. Ah, it's so awful. He still books New Japan, right? That hasn't changed? I know he's had the pencil in New Japan for at least a decade. Ghetto like ghetto. I thought it was Gato. This fucking song, like, it just does not look right with Jericho and WCW with this shit playing. Yeah, Mickey J is the ref. That's kind of cool. Gato looks like a banana. With a midriff. I always loved the WCW rings and mats. Like, everybody always says how hard the WWE ring is, but it doesn't seem like it's hard is what people make it. WCW's does because it's loud. They've got it mic'd differently or something. But big over-the-top bumps in a WCW ring just sounded like they were brutal. I know. I don't know why they just don't. It seems like it would be a relatively minor expense just to pay to keep all the music intact on the network and stuff. Like, I just don't understand. And why some of it's they've remembered to dub some and then they haven't gotten around to doing some others. It's such a mess. That's why I'm always going to cherish having my physical copies of all of the original pay-per-views and stuff, because relying on the internet, it's like you lose quality. You know, it's not, some of the shit I have taped isn't full-blown 1080p, but at least it's in its original form, He looks like he's wearing a yellow Hans and Franz outfit. Do I like Chris Benoit? Not really. I don't go around liking murderers very often. It's not like a hobby. Nobody's ever going to deny Benoit's ability in the ring. He was awesome, but fuck him. Jericho, big superplex. Jericho, very quick, light on his feet back in these days. He was probably a mere 27-ish years old around this time. Wonder what the attendance listed is for this show is. It looks like a pretty good house. $12,457. Looks about right, I guess. MGM Grand. Oh, yeah, the Bulldog. That was Warriors trapdoor bullshit. Which I don't know why they would put that shit right in the ring, in the middle of the fucking ring. Seems like it would like me better off in one of the corners or something, where you can at least try to stay away from it, but it's going to be hard not to bump on it. Jericho with a babyface kick out. Oh, okay. So Jericho, according to Victor, he turned heel in January of '98, which means during this match, if he was a babyface, he probably should have still had his babyface theme, not the Even Flow knockoff, which makes it even weirder that they would dub it over with Break the Walls. Unless he did the Even Flow theme for a little while he was a face before turning heel. But I associate the Even Flow theme with him as heel Jericho. But babyface, he had that kind of uppity, jingly sounding theme when he first came in. But either way, they dubbed it. Mike Witt, AWA watch along next. Anything I do a watch along of has got to be on Peacock. So we'll take a look at what they got. You wonder how many got in for free here? I don't know. They probably gave out a few tickets. Every building does. But at this time, WCW was drawing. They weren't having trouble selling tickets. Oof. Oh, God. Holy shit. Holy shit. How did Jericho's life not end right there? That is crazy, son. When he was falling back for that Rana, I'm like, there's no way he's going to be able to. Oh, that right there. I have no recollection of ever seeing that bump in my life. And I want to see a replay of it. I can't rewind it, obviously, but that reminds me a lot of Brock's WrestleMania 19 bump. That is so fucking crazy. I can't believe I can't believe he didn't just abort the Hurricane Run. He should have known he wasn't going to be able to land it without breaking his neck, and he nearly did. Whew. Okay, so Jericho landed on his face. He looks like he's got a bloody nose. So maybe he landed more on his face than his lot, like Brock did. I think Brock kind of really rung his bell when he landed. Luckily not on his neck, but his face. Going for the walls, or the Lion Tamer, excuse me. Tapping him out. Nice. Big win for Jericho. God damn, dude, it's hard to even look at his nose. Oh, God. Boy, Jericho went his whole career without ever getting injured, and he damn near cashed out real early. Wow. So this must be where he broke his nose. Somebody mentioned that in the chat earlier. Wow. I don't ever recall this. Okay, look at this. Oh my God. Oh, he is lucky. He ate shit, though, right on the mat. Like, literally, my God. Yeah, I would have been knocked loopy. Mean Gene, turn your mic on, bro. Oh, there it is. Oh, what's up, Deborah? Deborah McMichael. Mm-hmm. Deborah was probably pushing about 40 around this time.
Why would I steal your thunder? Who was your big surprise? We've heard so many rumors. Clear the air.
Deborah was definitely a beautiful woman, but she was not like my type. You know, like I remember when I went to shows, the fans would just go nuts over her. And she just wasn't for me. Oh, who's coming in? Who's mad? Mongo. Best wishes out to Mongo. This might be something to do with Goldberg. Jeff Jarrett had just left. He was about to come over to WWE. And I think Goldberg just debuted the previous month and I think was doing something. He was still kind of a heel, I think, maybe even at this point.
Sounds to me like it's something that should be settled in a court of law. Perhaps not here only in the ring. Let's get back inside the arena here in Las Vegas.
Yeah, we got the steroid trial, and I think Luna Vachon coming up still for Dark Side. All right, this is Ray and Eddie. I recognize this music. This match is so good. What is Ray wearing on the back of him? A little backpack? You got a snack? Lunchable? Oh, it's just another mask. I miss seeing all those NWO shirts back in the day. Well, at least Eddie and Ray's WCW music is intact. These are both their themes. I always liked Eddie's too. Eddie was jacked. They dubbed this theme and used it for a ZCW? Really? They might have. Rey Mysterio's WCW theme and Dean Malenko's theme in WCW to me always seemed similar. And it's like in modern times, I always think of Drew McIntyre's and Sheamus as like the same song. It's not, but it's super fucking close. Or Sheamus's old theme, I should say, when he was with the Bar. Oh, he gave the mask away to a little punk. Kid's probably in jail now. All right, here we go. I got to settle in for this one. It's going to be good. And I know Eddie is obsessed with the mask, trying to get that off of Ray. Damn. Look at how quick, small, and young both of these guys were, but really Ray. He had been in about a year at this point. I had started seeing him in magazines about 2 years before this point. And I remember probably around late 95, early 95, or mid 95, I should say. When I saw him, I'm like, what do you mean he's like 17 and he's 140 pounds? Like it was just too insane to comprehend. Wow, what a bump by Ray. And then when I actually see him wrestle, I'm like, holy crap, because magazines don't do it justice. I saw a few pictures of Ray doing like a moonsault, but I had no idea what he looked like in motion, you know? So it wasn't here until he got here in the States that I really saw any of that. And he just took things to a new level. Like prior to Ray, when you thought of a high flyer, you thought of a Shawn, or a Rockers tag team or somebody that's still 230 pounds, Like I think Ray will go down, honestly, is like the most influential wrestler ever. Like seriously, I know that sounds absurd. It's not. Like think about what he did to change the perception of how big a wrestler needs to be. He won the heavyweight title, And since Rey Mysterio has come on the scene, wrestling has had quite the variety of sizes. Extremely small people wrestle now. Some people hate that. Some people don't. I personally don't. Oh, I don't know what Ray was going for there, but he took a big belly to back. He's just overselling everything, too. Now, I don't remember in the build-up to this. Oh, yeah, I almost forgot. This is a fucking mask versus title match. That is just insane, that tilt-a-whirl. Come on. Come on, Eddie had that 3 count. I'm rooting for Dominic's real dad. Eddie would never talk to Dominic the way Ray has been doing Dominic on SmackDown, fucking his matches up. Eddie would be a good dad. Man, he's coming awfully close to ripping that thing off of Ray's face. Good thing Ray spray painted. Greg, have you lost your mind? Not totally. I mean, it's still mostly there, but give it a few years. I'm sorry you're so against Roman and Brock. To me, Brock and Roman WrestleMania main event isn't a problem in WWE. They got way more issues than that. I got no issue with either one of those guys. I like them both. More of Roman and Brock, if you ask me. Less of Roman and Brock isn't fixing WWE. That ain't the problem. Yeah, this was when Eddie got super jacked, too, because he, I think he'd gotten in that accident, and he just came back just totally ripped. I love Heenan just like questioning Tenay's stories. Wait a minute. Hummingbird? What you smoking, Tenay? It's a good thing they had Tenay there. Oh, look at that. Moonsault, or I'm sorry, backflip springboard DDT. That was awesome. So good. Oh, here goes Ray. He's going to go nuts. I love hearing Bobby call these matches because he loses his shit. Oh. Wow, quick reversal. Now a Ray's out there. Mike Witt, who's Hogan wrestling on this? You don't want to know. Actually, you do. It's Piper. It's bad. We're getting there. I don't know if Benoit's on the card. I don't think he is. I don't even know what Benoit was doing around this time. Oh, my God. I guess he was a horseman. Ooh. Yeah, he's come. Look at that. This is the most we've ever seen of Ray's face. The gory special. I love that. You should tell Dusty to just go hang around in the back until this match is over. Let Tenay handle this one. Let him do the talking. That's okay. He's like, whoa, he hit him with a rolling, spinning sugar roll, jelly lollipop, or something. I was like, no, just go in the back. I'm surprised Mike Tenay hasn't been brought in to do anything. Has he been brought in for a one-off or anything in AEW? I kind of think they're okay in the commentary department. They got a lot of old-timers there already, as it is with Shivani and Ross, who struggles. Excalibur is pretty much the Mike Tenay. He's going to be the one to fill in fans on backgrounds of guys and shit like that. So they already have that. But you can never have too much. Man, Jesus. I know. Tenay's just been rambling for the past, 3 minutes, and then finally Bobby was like, dude. Look at that Stone Cold shirt right in the front row. That dude just opened up his shit. Yeah, Austin was injured at this point, but he was getting pretty over. Oh, this is October 97. That explains why we're probably getting a Flair and Hennig match because of what took place the previous month at War Games. That's right. Oh, Eddie crotched himself. Well, there is a padding on that Slim Jim, or on the post with that Slim Jim thing. The flight don't hurt, it's that quick stop. Yep, that's painful. Oh, Ray's going way up. Jesus. Oh, I know. Dusty's still there. They didn't really tell him to go to the back. I just said they should have. Dusty'd be fine with it. He'd be like, all right, man, I'll go back there. We've got to have a Slim Jim. Man. Jesus. I mean, it's got to be fun to wrestle. I mean, for Eddie, this has got to be you have siblings who are younger than you and you practice your wrestling moves on them. That's got to be what this is like. He outweighs Ray by a lot. Ray is so small and can be tossed around quite easily. It's like wrestling your little brother. Oh, Ray's going to fly. Wow, that is just incredible. I don't know how he was able to do the head scissors. Yeah, Austin Brett, Savage and DDP, both good feuds. Austin Brett was a little more intense. It's not easy to out intense Macho Man, but Austin did. That would have actually been a great feud. Think about like Austin in like 98, and like Savage in like 97-ish. How they were, them coming together. That makes some very interesting promos in any ring. If you can get Macho Man into WWE and put him in there with Austin, holy shit. I think they only wrestled once in WCW when Macho Man first got there, and Randy squashed him. Oh my God, what a powerbomb. That match was over if Eddie wanted it to be. I mean, did you say Ray just bounced a good foot off the mat, allowing Eddie to pull him in and fold him up even harder for the pin? Eddie sucks. He's Latino Heat. He wasn't Latino Heat yet, but... Oh. He's going for it. I don't think this is the finish, but... Oh, backbreaker. What a trip for Billy Silverman to fucking ref this shit. And I know Ray wins, so I feel like Eddie's going to miss this. Yeah. Oh, but he rolled through it. He could do that so smoothly. Oh. Ooh, Ray got tainted. Tainted love. Oh, this is the finish here. He's going to... I think he's going to counter this Razor's Edge. Yeah. Oh. Nice. And Ray wins. New Cruiserweight champ, saves his mask in the very same corner that Jericho nearly ended his life the previous match. That was great. I remember that kind of surprising me. I thought they were going, at the time, I thought they were going to unmask Ray. Yeah, that's an interesting story here. I mean, Ray was more protecting the mask than trying to win the title. The title was secondary. Oh, Eddie, you motherfucker. I didn't even know you attacked him after the match. Eddie, you asshole. I love that Ray, during the ass-kicking, held onto the belt. Good job, Ray. Cruiserweight champion. Spaz, thanks for the $5. Sup, Greg, in the chat. Did you know children are actually born with 4 kidneys? It's just that 2 of them eventually grow up to be adult knees. Ha ha. I used to be addicted to the hokey pokey, but I turned myself around. Oof. That was my favorite spot of the match, the flying head scissors. That was a great match. Definitely my favorite. Their WrestleMania 21 match was good. Their SummerSlam 05 match was good. This one was my favorite. I bet you will buy him a cool one later on, Mean Gene. You'll probably have a whole bunch of cool ones. What's Gene talking about? Did he say click? It's got to be talking about Bret Hart. Bret Hart was 2 weeks away from the screw job. 2 weeks after this show that we're watching right here, Bret would get screwed. It's a bad joke, Sonny. What are you talking about? That was an awesome joke.
Well, we have to go back to the locker room area, we understand, back to the NWO locker room area, where Eric Bischoff is standing by.
The only reason anybody's going to wear a I'm a Chris Benoit guy shirt is for attention, and that's stupid. Stupid reason to do anything. Look at Eric touching the bicep, the python. Spending bread. I bet you do, Hogan. You greedy bitch. Hogan was so greedy. Dude's got millions of dollars, comes in and takes more paydays. I mean, how much money do you need?
Absolutely not. You know, Tony Schiavone, I've got a newsflash for you, J.J. Dillon, and the rest of the corporate chumps.
Oh, shut up, Eric Bischoff, and your hair.
It's been quite obvious for the past several weeks that WCW has not been able to provide a safe working environment for the most important man in Hollywood and the world heavyweight.
The most important man in Hollywood.
You've got guys coming out of the roof on ropes. You've got cages falling down in the middle of the ring. It's not safe.
I just love that he patterned himself, or he made himself like a Hollywood star because he was starred in a few shitty movies. And then The Rock would come along and blow not only any wrestler that's ever done a movie out of the water, but most movie stars that have ever done movies out of the water. I'm just going to come on in here and just be the highest paid guy ever to do this. Hollywood Hogan, you suck. Santa with nanny, or Santa with muscles, Mr. Nanny.
An agreement, legal, binding agreement, that states that Sting will not be allowed into the ring. He can't sell popcorn. He can't come in and clean up after the show. He can't buy a cheap seat
Sting can't sell popcorn? Well, that sucks. What's he going to do?
or go home.
Well, you know, case in point, man. Hollywood is the god of professional wrestling. Hollywood made wrestling, so we win either way. You know, everybody knows that we're the end.
Rest in peace, referee Randy Anderson. Of course I remember Pee-wee. He passed away, I think of cancer.
Paper trail to get Hollywood's belt back is intact. And whether I beat up Piper today or
I miss the days when you knew who the refs were. You know, in WWE, it was, you know, Jack Doan and Earl Hebner and Timmy White and Jimmy Corderas and Mike Chioda. Maybe a couple others. Brian Hebner was there a bit. WCW had Billy Silverman, Nick Patrick, Mickey J, Pee Wee Anderson, Mark Curtis, Brian Hildebrand. Trying to think who else. There's always like a core 5 or 6, and you knew them all. You know, now the referees are invisible. When I watch a match, I don't even see them. Even with female, even the fact that we have a couple female referees, I know WWE, I think, has 2. I don't even notice when they're in the ring. And in a way, that's kind of sad. You know, the referees should not be invisible. You know, they shouldn't be taken away from the story or the match either. They should be a part of the match, but at the same time, they shouldn't be just a completely insignificant piece, which is kind of what like WWE, I feel like, wants them to be. I'm not listening to any of this promo by Hogan, by the way.
we win either way. Either do your homework, get it done, and I'll destroy Piper for all my fans, or we'll take you. Get another main event? Because we're out of here.
So they're basically threatening not to do this match if they don't get what they want or something. Yeah, this promo is extremely too long. That's why Hogan was doing it by himself and there was nobody with him. Mark Curtis is one of the greatest referees of all time. He's more than decent. Oh, I thought you said decent. Yes, Mark Curtis passed away as well of cancer. They did tribute shows for him for many years. I don't know if they still do. All right, so this is Steve McMichael. I think they said he's taking on Alex Wright. I thought it might be Goldberg for a second. All right, well, while Mongo is making his long walk to the ring and we find out who his opponent is, which I believe is Alex Wright, I'm going to go grab another cold beer. there's some movement. Yeah, Alex Wright and Deborah's coming with him. Are they dubbing out his music? Oh, there's his music. I was like, did WWE find a way to remove his music? Oh, there's his dance. Oh, don't do it in my... God, stop. Is he done? Are you done, Alex Wright? Ugh. Yeah, this was his actual theme. It's terrible. He's terrible. Pretty sure he owns a victory over Triple H. I think that happened at one of the Starcades. There's Raven. Wow, look at Billy Kidman, Richards. Has Richard always had that gap in his teeth? Guess I never noticed that before. God, I hate that he's dancing. Oh, yeah, then he became Berlin. That's right. I wonder if he likes David Hasselhoff. Do they have that ugly-ass cage hanging above the ring? Thing is so bad. Oh, okay, so Hogan just says he's not going to do the match unless Sting eats a taco or something. I don't know. He's doing the match because we see him in it, so. It's a moot point. It's a cow's opinion. Steven, those are all decent Dark Side of the Rings. Crush, for sure. Sean O'Hare, definitely. Sherry, Chris Adams, Test. All good ones, all gnarly endings for all of them. Some suicidal, overdoses. Yeah, I think all of them would make a solid episode. On his hind legs. I love Dusty. I wish we could find a way to put Dusty Rhodes' voice in like audiobooks. That would be fucking great. He pulled my hair. He's like, I'm in a competition with the referee to see who has the coolest 1997 hair. So far, it's a tie. Who's got the better hair, y'all? Lil Nate or Dust Wonder Dick? Or Mongo, for that matter. You know, and bringing up that match between Alex Wright and Triple H, I'm actually surprised that WWE never paid Alex Wright any money to come in and get killed by Triple H in a match. That just seems like something they do. They would go through the trouble of bringing him in just to give Triple H an opportunity to pedigree and beat him in like 5 seconds. They should have. Alex Wright never passed through WWE, did he? He didn't come in. Did he come in the buyout like briefly for a second? I don't think he did. I don't think he was ever there. Never really knew what became of him after the buyout. Yeah, McMichael was that 85 team. I mean, they had time to make that ultimatum in the promo, Hogan and Bischoff, but they also had time to edit it and put the music in and everything. I think it was Hall or Nash. One of them was saying in an interview one time that, discussing some of the origins of how they came up with those NWO style promos with the three of them at first with the black and white. And they said Hogan was just ramble in his 1980s Hogan way. And that wasn't really what they were trying to do. So they would just let him ramble and then they would just chop it up in post. And that's how they kind of got that vibe and that flavor of what those vignettes and those promos would be like. So this was kind of a good example of what happens when Hogan just keeps talking and he takes 5 minutes to deliver a point that would really take about 2 sentences to complete. Let me tell you something. Okay. You don't have to ask. Oh my God, look at Mongo. He is just one discombobulated mess, which is part of why he's so awesome. Mongo, one thing I'll always say for him is he always tried. He looked absolutely ridiculous in there at times. But he wasn't just picking up a paycheck. He was all in on being a pro wrestler. He held the U.S. title for a pretty good amount of time, too. I mean, he was a horseman. It's crazy. Yeah, he was super young. Alex was wrestling in WCW, I think, at 18. He had already been on TV. The biggest cage match we've ever been a part of. It was so bad, and I remember when they're going to lower this piece of shit cage later. It's kind of like a version of the blue bar cage, only a lot flimsier. The bars are a lot skinnier, and the squares are a lot bigger. You can put your whole, I could squeeze through it. And the only difference is it's a lot taller, and it sits on the ground like the Hell in the Cell, so it goes around the perimeter of the ring, so you can work on the outside, and it's super tall, but no roof. But I just remember it being so just sloppy looking. 3 weeks before at Hell in the Cell, they did that wide shot of the cell down in the arena. That was just very well put together. Big tombstone pile driver onto Alex Wright. Oh, there's Goldberg. Heel Goldberg. A lot of people don't remember that he was heel when he started. Or maybe he's a face here. He was a heel right at first. Ooh, no, I think Mongo must be a babyface here. That's what it is. Deborah's a heel. She's the bitchy heel. And Goldberg's helping Alex Wright. Yeah, so Goldberg was still heel here. And Alex wins. Goldberg, dastardly Goldberg. Oh, and Deborah pays him or gives him something. Oh, Goldberg took the ring. It's mine, baby. Okay, he steals the ring. Yeah, this was his entry-level feud here. He would start getting over. I think he would just morph into babyface. He wouldn't even... Oof. I don't even think he would turn babyface. He just knocked out Alex Wright. Oh, God, now Goldberg's going to wear him out. Yeah, the announcers still have matches to promote. This is standard with any pay-per-view. You can call the match and talk about other shit, too, especially in a mid-card match or an undercard match. Got to remind the fans of what's coming later, especially if the match is going slow or it's a little sloppy or something. Distract. You know what? Bobby Heenan. Oof, that was a brutal spear. Bobby Heenan should have joined the NWO. But I guess it wouldn't make sense with Hogan. But he would have been good in there. Picks him up like a child, just dumps him right on top of McMichael. Yeah, I felt like he was more of a heel, but yeah, he was still in the middle. At first, I think the intent was to make their version of Steve Austin, where he'll just whip ass on anybody. He doesn't care, but luckily, he developed his own type of deal. Oh, Savage and Liz. She is so fucking pretty. I can't stand it. She's so beautiful. Oh, that's awesome. Nick, you're going to Saturday Night Dynamite, 23rd in Orlando. It's a couple days after Crown Jewel. Week from this Saturday, right? 2 weeks from yesterday. Nice. Bobby didn't join the NWO. Slim Jim, I know a thing or two about those. Because I like to snap them and slim them. God, Elizabeth is so hot. Jesus Christ. I love that they work together again as heels, but not as married people. That just blows my mind. It's so awesome. Oh, Liz was. She was a super cougar if there ever was one. My God. I love the program with Savage and DDP. Liz absolutely did work as a heel. What are you talking about? She was a heel here. She was a heel later with Luger. She was even a heel when she first came in. She was just really nice. You know, she was still with the heel. She was still backing up the asshole, though. But in terms of her coming out of her shell and doing heelish things, that took a while to happen, but it did happen, and it happened right here in these next 3 years in WCW. Oh, God. I wonder if Disco Inferno can pull off the upset here and beat this woman. I fucking hate this guy so bad. I just cannot stand him. He's such a douche. He's just a disco dancing fool. Of all the songs to not dub over on Peacock, they keep Disco Inferno's music intact. That's lovely. Boogie oogie oogie. When did they produce this theme? Did Jimmy Hart have a hand in this one? Who's responsible? Jacqueline was good. I'm not sure when she would take off and leave, but she was in WWE in just a few more months. She'd work SummerSlam the next year. Yeah, at the time, she was their version of China. It's really hard to look at her face. Look at her hair. She cracks me up. She's so strong, and she's short as hell. How tall is Jackie? 5'2"? Why are the fans this happy? Intergender match. I don't know how many times we've seen something like this up until this point. Not many. Disco's like, how do I approach this here? So this is an actual fucking match? How much time do they give these two? It's a tough spot. I know. I was just saying the same thing. I'm like, what do you do if you're Disco? You can't grab a regular hold. You can grab something, but maybe not a hold. Oh, Dusty. This is the exact type of match Dusty needs to be calling. If you ask me, it should be a one-man booth right now. Oh, yeah, that's right. She was with Harlem Heat at this point. Hence the outfit. Did she take the place of Sherry in Harlem Heat? Is that how that worked? Oh, I forgot about the 99 Disco Conan feud. Wasn't aware of that. Yeah, this is probably the bathroom match. I think we probably have the semi-main and main still coming up. Have we seen a tag team match on this card yet? I don't think that there is a single tag match on this card. I think it's all singles. I think it's one-on-one matches across the board. That's crazy. That's kind of crazy. How many times in wrestling history has that happened? Where a pay-per-view has been all singles matches. I haven't forgotten one already, right? We haven't had a triple threat. We haven't had a tag. We still got Flair and Hennig coming up, and Hall and faces somebody. Oh, yeah, Luger and Hall. Savage and Dow and Page. Yeah, so we have 4 matches left, and they're all singles matches. That's crazy. None. Nothing but one-on-one matches. Oh, and another thing. So this match, this Hogan and Piper match isn't even for the fucking title? Oh, wow. She almost got him there with a sunset. Dang, thank you for the compliment, Kier No Evil. I put up my a tweet of my fantasy football team that I consider to be a joke. I'm phoning in the entire season. And I went heavy on wide receivers in the draft on purpose, but then after the draft felt like I might have made the wrong choice because I have some weak running backs and I have no tight ends at all, but I do have some good trade bait. But he says that I've got the most stacked wide receiver core he's ever seen in 20 years playing fantasy football. Well, that's reassuring. At least I got that going for me. Okay, the Steiners won the tag titles a few weeks before the show. Thank you for that, Jimmy's Reviews. Yeah, so no tags at all. It's kind of crazy. I gotta look through the archives here and see how many times this happened, but it doesn't seem like this is a very common occurrence. This seems incredibly rare. Even on WWE's side of things and in your houses and stuff, you always had something else going on, some sort of variety. So, an entire pay-per-view, one-on-one matches only. Jacqueline's hair is a trip. She should Bianca Belair that up. Contain it. Disco, how dumb are you? Ugh. Jesus Christ. He's just getting his ass whooped. Ass kicked by girl. How does she beat him? I think she beats him. He might just run away and be like, fuck this. Disco's like, I'm out of here. I've got SJWs to complain about, and I'm not going to get the jabs. Oh, take him down. Face first on the carpet. There's a joke in there somewhere. What's up, Kyle? Doing good. Halloween Havoc's going great. We're about halfway through the show so far. It's been interesting. And we have 4 super interesting matches coming up here after this nonsense we're watching in the ring right now with Jacqueline and the Disco Inferno. Ugh. Jesus Christ. Well, try harder, Disco. Nice hip toss, and she counters out of it. One of my least favorite things that wrestlers have done throughout the decades is when they do something that they perceive as smart, they point to their head. Like, that's fucking obnoxious. Oh, crotch's ass. It's padded, though. I mean, that still doesn't feel wonderful or anything, but that padding drastically affects the quality of your taint. What would normally be a taint in critical condition is now just a slightly bruised one. Oof. Big suplex on the outside. What's going on, Jose? Glad you're here, man. Sync up your shit. We are an hour and 16 minutes in to Halloween Havoc. I'm not sure, Jimmy, of the Sean Waltman 6 timeline, but we were talking. This is right around the time he was about to be out of the company, and he'd show up in WWE night after WrestleMania in a few months. So he was definitely on his way out here. Ooh, big DDT. That was great. Rock does that move. That float over counter to the backdrop, boom into a DDT. That's awesome. She's going up to the top. That looked great, too. Every move she's executed has looked good. Oh, he rolled through. She kicked out. Oh, big roll up. And she beat him. Ha ha. Rolls up and pins. Jacqueline defeats Dicko and Fucko. That's right, girl. You get it. Good for you, Jacqueline. We'll see you in WWE in a couple months. We got to do this, guys. What are they giving us? Oh, the replay. Okay. Love this. Look at how Jacqueline perfectly did that. Oh, wow. What a DDT. That was one of the best things she's ever done. Looked incredible. Yep. Too bad, Disco. Ass kicked by girl. Oh, we got an announcement on Hogan's demands. Okay. Hogan's demands. Oh, it's not going to happen now. That's the second WWF sign I've seen in the crowd. I think both of them are disparaging to WWE, though. Oh, this is Hennig. Look at Silverman running through the crowd, running through the entrance. Wait, am I the referee? I am? Okay. Oh, he's got the robe. I forgot about this. He cut the sleeves off of Flair's fucking WrestleMania 8 robe. That's his WrestleMania 8 robe, y'all. You motherfucker. Whatever happened to this robe? Why didn't they look for this on WWE Treasures? Oh, look at that. That is not the United States title. They forgot it. So that's really interesting. So it looks like they don't have the U.S. title, so he's carrying this other belt, which I think is the Cruiserweight title. And in an ironic twist, when Hennig won the Intercontinental title tournament after WrestleMania 6, they didn't have the Intercontinental title the night he won the belt. They had to use the tag team title as a double. And so when he wins, he's holding up the tag team title. And that's like the second time this has happened to Kurt. So is he forgetting belts? What's going on here? And Flair he just charged. That's super interesting. No, that was not the U.S. belt. That was the Cruiserweight title. Wow. Flair and Hennig. And so much previous history, too, with these guys in WWE that they didn't really touch on much. Flair, Hennig left the robe on. He just fixed it, adjusted it. Wow, look at that big guy. He kind of looks like Andre a little bit. That might be a rib on Hennig. I don't know. I don't think that would be something worth doing on a pay-per-view for a rib. You know, you're going to want to have the real title out there. Otherwise, fans are going to be like, what the fuck? But crazy fans like us, we notice that shit. I think wrestling companies like WWE, you know, when they gave Perfect the tag title, they're just like, nah, you're not going to know the difference. Oh, we know the difference. And Flair, when he took the WCW title to WWE, and then they made him kind of send it back, and they had to stop using it, they ran the angle on WWE TV with Jack Tunney video distorting the belt. That way, Flair could just carry the tag team title, and the live crowd would obviously see that it's not the big gold belt, but then the audience at home would just see this pixelated version, and it looks like he's still carrying the belt. So, interesting things they did back in those days. Well, no, yeah, he charged. Well, I think Daz, I think Hennig carrying the belt the way he wasn't wearing it around his waist. He was kind of concealing it. But I think even if he would have had the right belt, Flair would have charged anyway because look at what happened to his robe. His sleeves are cut off. Plus, the month before at War Games, Ric Flair got his head smashed in the cage door by Hennig. So he's pissed. So I think he would have ran either way. Yeah, Andre the Giant had been dead for about 4 years at this point, 4.5. Wow, it's crazy seeing Hennig wearing those old orange tights from WWE. Yeah, Flair put the robe back on, but the robe's ruined. He's cut the sleeves off. Ooh. That makes me emotional too. What's up, Killicam? I know NFL was a bit crazy today. I don't know what the latest is with the Chiefs. I'll look it up here. 17-10 Bills. All right. About to be halftime. Brady threw 5 touchdowns today. Jesus Christ. What is with him? Try to adjust myself here. There we go. Bobby Heenan is just going crazy about this Hogan ultimatum shit. Who's winning the Bills and Chiefs game? I'm going to go with whoever scores the most. Yeah, whoever scores the most. Bold prediction, I know, but got to trust your gut, you know. Brady will play to his until he's 50. We'll see. To continuously win titles like that and then keep coming back, I'm like, I would want to go out on top. Peyton Manning knew. He's like, fuck it, I'm cashing out now. And then when Brady won the Super Bowl with a different team, I'm like, okay, that's got to be it. Nope, coming back. He'll win another one this year. He's like, I'll come back again. I want to play until I just run out of fingers. Which he's almost there. I don't recall at the time how long it took Ric Flair to come back from the cage head slamming. Oh, Flair just bumped so weird sometimes. I gotta mute the mic real quick because I'm curious. Do I hear rain at my house? I think it's raining. No, it can't be. It says it's clear. I don't know what's going on outside. Let me check my phone. Does it say rain? Nope, it's clear. I don't know what I'm hearing. Could be aliens. Cardinals are 5-0. Only undefeated team left. Jaguars and Lions 0-5. Only teams without a win. Right on. My Lions. Just stop naming your teams after cats, I guess, because that shit doesn't work out, clearly. See what Detroit football team can do next year. Kyle, in this one, it's Piper and Hogan in the cage. It'll come back to get you. I know you think Flair, you think Heenan would have a big part of this, but he was relegated to an announcer in WCW. He wasn't doing much else. I think they tried to make him a part of something, like he was like a consultant for the Horsemen or something for like a minute, but he never really deviated from that. I just don't think Heenan was into managing anymore. I mean, he was pretty much done managing, I'd say, by like 91 or 90, late 90. He gave Perfect over to John Tolis, and that was it. He had no stablemates left. Maybe Haku and Barbarian hung around for a bit, but he just, early 91, I think that was it for him. He never was ringside for anybody else ever again. It's just weird and sad. Victor Colon, I was at Unforgiven 1998, and yes, I do remember. There was chance, a lot of us thought that night in the audience that he was going to show up. There was a lot of "We Want Flair" chants that night in the crowd. They were specifically loud when, like around the Jeff Jarrett segment, when he went back to wearing the hat and being weird and stuff. I specifically remember hearing the "We Want Flair" chants very loudly during that. I thought he was coming in for sure, and I was bummed out to learn that none of that really worked out. But yeah, I was there in the building in Greensboro. What's up, Jay Lambo? We're doing great. Little intimate audience of about 50 or so folks in here all night. Nothing big, but fun. Because we're watching Halloween Havoc 97. I think we're going to watch another one next week. I don't think we'll do 96, though, because that's just going to be the previous year's shit. So we might do like 93 or something. We'll see. At Unforgiven, yes, that's about how old I was. I still have my ticket stub to that show. It was on April 26th in 98. Oh, that's a terrible slingshot. God, that looked like balls. It looked like a sack of balls. Terrible. Terrible. Knuckleheads. Okay, Pete, that's what I'm thinking of then. I know there was one instance where Heenan did like a one-off managing thing, and I was thinking it had something to do with Horsemen, and it was Flair and Anderson. I remember when he did that. That was just real quick, but that's the only thing he ever did. I was misremembering. I was thinking it was something Horsemen related where he came in to be a consultant for them or whatnot, and it was probably all linked up to that shit the previous year. But that was it. Like, he never really did anything else. Never created a Heenan family in WCW. I can't believe he didn't. WWE at the time probably did not have that trademarked or anything. He could have probably used it. It's his own fucking name. He could have created another. See, look at that. That is the Cruiserweight title. That's not the U.S. I think Halloween Havoc 93 will be a good option there. I remember that show being pretty good. Oh, Flair dropping the knee on the entranceway there. We don't know. I love Heenan's speculation. Some of the best memories I have, just hearing, so bad. Just hearing Heenan's voice. They got the belt in the ring. They got the Cruiserweight title in the ring. Yeah. I'm a true hater. Oh, man. Yeah, maybe. I don't think it was really, I mean, in his contract, yes, per se, it was in his contract not to be a manager. I just don't think he wanted to manage. I don't think the neck would completely stop him from doing that, but it was something he probably also didn't really want to do or have a need to do. They were paying him to be a commentator, an announcer, which he was also in WWE, so that's all he really needed to do. Oh, he stomped the belt into the face of Hennig, although he had it facing the wrong way. Oh, and there's the bell. Ric Flair knocked out the referee. I like it. Look at Flair's like, fuck the wins or loss. I'm going to fuck this guy up. Oh, that was great. Oh, he's chopping the referees. He chopped Pee Wee Anderson. You got this. Look at the Hall of Fame refs in this ring right now. Here comes Conan and Virgil. Look at these guys. Hennig is upside down. What a sight. Vincent's got the belt. Trying to get Hennig out of there. So Flair got DQ'd. He doesn't give a shit. Look at Nick Patrick and that fucking mullet. Oh, Randy's here. I don't recall exactly when. I've just forgotten it. I don't recall when Savage joined the NWO. Like, what was the angle? What was the match that happened that made him an official member? Because I kind of think he should have been in the NWO right from the start. But the fact that he wasn't and he fought so hard against them only to join them after, it was silly. And it got even more ludicrous when Sting joined, when he's the fucking reason that the NWO was the reason that he became the Crow to begin with. JJ. JJ had just left WWE the previous year, too. That little piece of garbage. Super Bowl 7 during Hogan Piper. Okay. Never would have thought we'd see heel mega powers. Like, that's crazy to me.
Gene, this has been a tough year. We've all seen Eric Bischoff in the NWO bully a lot of people, physically attack people.
I always liked how Mean Gene called Bischoff Eric. Not Eric. He called him Eric Bischoff. Zelius Ward, what's up, man? Thanks for the $5. Good mic work. Been following you for 8 years now. I think longer. Always love your videos. Keep it up. Well, thank you so much. Thanks for being here. Hopefully you've got Halloween Havoc pulled up on your Peacock. We got a very angry J.J. Dillon. And he's saying, it's on, bitch. Here comes Bischoff. Wait a minute, Eric.
Who the hell do you think you are? You got no stroke. The last time I saw you, they were taking you out of the stretcher because you
I wish Vince McMahon would have shown up and beat the shit out of him. That would have been great.
to make this match happen. He will not wrestle.
What is it with they're so obsessed with stroke back then? You don't have the stroke.
And I hope you can read, and if you will note, it's even duly notarized.
Duly notarized.
I had an opportunity to take a look at that document. It is official. It has been notarized. You can't do this. You can't agree to that. You cannot agree. You do not have the authority. You do not have the stroke. Who the hell do you think you are? It is not going to happen. You can't do this.
Well, if the belt's on the line, not on the line.
If I tell you something, I'm a man of my word. And if you see Sting tonight, it's going to be in your nightmare, and that's your problem.
No, wait, hey, John, one more thing. One more thing. What's the one more? I don't care about this. This is nothing. He does not have the stroke. He is not.
God, how many times in this promo can you say stroke, Eric? Jesus.
If he shows up here tonight, we want Nitro. NWO wants Nitro. That's the deal. All right. I think I would worry right now of getting Hogan to that cage to meet Roddy Piper. A little fireworks here on
Yeah, Jeff Jarrett loved to say it too. It was like his favorite word. That along with slap nuts or something. Yeah, I remember JJ's induction. JJ's awesome. He was like NWA's version of Bobby Heenan. Similar managing style. I think Bobby was better in the ring than JJ, but they were similar in the ring too. Oh, look at this. Larry the Legend. Oh, he's a special referee for this? That's right. Him and Scott Hall kind of had a little beef too. They go way back from the AWA days. He's coming out to Mark Merrow's music too. Marvelous. Larry Zbyszko. Punchy Man. I watched that knockout last night, that Wilder and fucking, what's his face fight? My God. What's the big idiot's name? Tyson Fury. Jesus. Knock that guy out. I might challenge. Do you think, like, I mean, nobody's beaten him yet, so should I give it a shot, or should I lay down the challenge to Tyson Fury? Here's 6 is still there. The one-time diaper match are now two pretty hip cats in NWO. I didn't see the whole fight. I just saw people commenting like crazy about it, and I saw the knockout, the clip of that. I don't follow boxing very much. I never even heard of that guy, Tyson Fury, until I was in the same building as him at the first Fox SmackDown a couple years ago at Staples. And I was like, man, I just don't watch boxing or follow it all, so I had no idea who the guy even was. Since then, I've kind of known because he's been around and shit. But my God, 7-foot boxer, that's just insane to me. Like, is that even, do they have like a super heavyweight title or something? I mean, Mike Tyson was a heavyweight champion. How much did he weigh? Oh, here's Lex's old theme. I love it. Oh, Gagne always tells lies. He's so jaded. I can understand. He's got a lot of reason to be bitter and stuff, but only some of it is warranted. He should be regretful that his family didn't make smarter decisions when they had the chance, along with all your bitterness towards Vince and everything that happened. Luger, my God. I mean, if it weren't for Lex Luger's hair and ponytail, when I look at him without a shirt on, it's like looking in a mirror. It's hard to really tell us apart, really. I mean, Luger's got a little bit more, like a few more love handles than me. You know, he's not quite as lean as I am, but we look the same. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Monday Night Raw. Made in the USA, Lex Luger against the bad guy, Razor Ramon.
All right. He's not only got to contend with Scott Hall, guys, he's got to contend with the NWO.
Oh, my God, Victor, I don't know. That Luger doc, man, they were supposed to set that out on July 4th. It's like they forgot they even did it. I'd really like to watch it. I was looking forward to it. I even went to pull it up that night, and then it wasn't there, and then it turns out that they postponed it. There is a lot of John going on here. Lose the wood. Oh. Here we go. Bell has sounded. Mm-hmm. Steven, that is the exact time period Luger was over. He was over. I never really liked Luger. I was surprised he got over as much as he did in WCW. And when he beat Hogan for the title, that fucking crowd, that was like the little appetizer to what we would get later with Goldberg beating Hogan. But that was like the first Goldberg beating Hogan was the Luger moment when he was joined in the ring by everybody and Nitro and stuff. And back in those days, you weren't seeing world titles change hands on TV very often. Super rare. So for Luger to do that, I'm pretty sure that happened on Nitro, correct? If I'm wrong, I might be. But I'm pretty sure when Luger won the title, he won it on Nitro. And that wasn't something you saw. I think WWE did it. Like, it started becoming more frequent in like 97. They did it on Raw with Sid and Brett. And they might have even done it another time that year in 97. No, I don't think they did. But it was a little bit more frequent. But up until that point, super rare. Hogan and Andre comes to mind for the world title there. Savage and Flair in like 92 was on TV. Brett and Flair was on a fucking house show. But it wasn't very often that stuff like that went down. Break the hold. Yeah, Savage and Flair, I mentioned that one. That was that famous match where they, like, fucked it up, and Vince made him go out there and redo the whole match. And then after that, he was like, I'm done with Flair, and he put the title on Brett. Hey, what's up, K-Dog Scannell? You might need a cardiologist after today's Packers-Bengals game. How hell, what a game. I didn't catch it. I did see the score. It looked like it was a game-winning field goal or whatnot with a whole bunch of previous missed field goals. I bet, man. That's awesome. The live event when Ray lost the U.S. title to Andrade the night after Christmas. That was in the Garden, right? Now, I think, so Zbyszko and Scott Hall, if I remember right, around this time started having problems. And Zbyszko was always very vocal on commentary about how he didn't like the NWO. It felt like they had some real-life heat, too. I wasn't quite sure. And they do have history from the AWA, and they did know each other back in the 80s. And I know it would lead to a pay-per-view match. I'm assuming it's at the next pay-per-view. It's probably Scott Hall and versus Zbyszko. Unless it happened the previous month, that might have happened too. I'm not sure. They would wrestle somewhere. What pay-per-view did WCW run in November? What was their November show? It's Fall Brawl, September, Halloween Havoc here. December would have Starrcade. Did they do anything in November? Why can't I think of what their November pay-per-view is? Maybe they don't have one. Maybe it just goes Havoc to Starrcade. Huh. I don't know why I can't think of what their November show is. How the fuck do they work? In January, they usually have like Sold Out or some bullshit, and then maybe a Super Brawl, Spring Stampede, a Great American Bash, a Bash at the Beach. What else? World War III. Thank you. I'm like, what am I missing? World War III. So maybe that's where the Hall and Zbyszko match took place. Oh, it didn't happen until Sold Out, so they would continue this feud for a couple more months? Wow. Sold Out. World War III. I forgot about World War III. I remember the very first one, how crazy that was. So then what is their August pay-per-view? Oh, August would have been Road Wild. Okay, so we know. It's like Sold Out, then Super Brawl. They usually did like it's uncensored or some shit. I'm not sure what they do in March. And then Spring Stampede. And then what was after that? Great American Bash? Then Bash at the Beach? Then Road Wild? Then Fall Brawl? Then Havoc? Then World War III? Then Starrcade? I'm still missing one. I feel like we're missing either March. What pay-per-views do they run in March? Made in the USA, Lex Luger versus Razor Ramon is going well. Oh, yeah, Dusty would turn heel. That was so weird. They were really running out of ideas by the time that happened. Slamboree. Jesus Christ. Thank you, Raymond. That's disappointing that I forgot Slamboree. There we go. Now we're getting there. I remember, this is what a crazy memory I have. I have ordered an uncensored. I just wasn't sure if uncensored continued in these years. Did they do like uncensored in 97? I was thinking it was maybe only the first 2 years. But I remember one year, I don't remember what year it was, but I ordered Slamboree on pay-per-view. It was just one of those WCW pay-per-views I decided to get. I usually got about 3 a year. And I remember when back in those days, you had to call the cable company and order it, or you could call like a 800 number and order it on the phone by pushing buttons. And the voice on the other end would be like an automated, when there's like a computerized voice saying words. And it was this lady going, to order WCW Slamboree. And it was just the way she said Slamboree. And I had to go through her saying that like 5 times through all the prompts. You have chose to order Slamboree. So yes, and I click one and I go through the whole thing and I had to hear this bitch say Slamboree like 100 times. It was pretty funny, but I always remember that. To order Slamboree. Things were a lot harder back then, kids, back in the day. You had to pay right there on the spot for your pay-per-views. Actually, no, you didn't. They would bill you. But it was much harder to get something ordered. You had to go through effort. Where now, it's just like you just remember 5 minutes before the show. And you're like, you turn it on. Back in the day, you had to remember days before the show to make sure you got it ordered before the weekend, before the cable company closes and you can't call and make sure you got it. It was crazy. That's awesome. You can tell me the main event from all of them. That's great. There's a lot that I could tell you too, but WCW, I'd probably struggle to tell you the main events. I could definitely tell you the main event of every pay-per-view in the 90s, probably. Oh, easily. Easily. Look at the Hulk Hogan. Shout out to the Hulk Hogan 90s wrestling buddy in the crowd. Let me just peek back here real quick. See what we got. There is more, but these are some of the WCW pay-per-views I have. I have 2 of these, and I don't know why. Slamboree 1994. 2 VHS tapes. Oh, big belly to back. I've got Starrcade. 10th anniversary, so this must have been 93. It's Flair and Vader. That's cool. Here's a Spring Stampede with Steamboat and Flair. That's 94. So that's years after some of their classic battles. This one's super rare. It's worth a few bucks. Starrcade 88. It goes for quite a bit on eBay. Got that one. And I've got this lovely. Are you ready for this? Get ready for the holy grail of every wrestling videotape collector's collection. Halloween Havoc 1998. Hogan and Warrior. I'm glad they put this match on the cover because it was such a classic. There you go. And I've got some other ones buried, but those are in my immediate eyesight there. So there you go. Good night, Jimmy's Reviews. Got to work tomorrow. I remember the days of having to work on Mondays. I actually have 4 days off in a row, if you can believe that. I'm such a lazy piece of shit. Oh, you got a Wrestle War 89 DVD? That's pretty cool. That was printed? Oh. And Zbyszko backdrops Scott Hall. Hit him. Hit him. Good job, Larry. Took out. Yeah, Bischoff, you're having a rough night, hey, aren't you? You know, Luger, he was never my favorite, but he could turn it up on pay-per-view sometimes. We just watched, I just did a review of Great American Bash 1989 a couple of weeks back, and he wrestled Ricky Steamboat, and Steamboat just pulled a hell of a match out of him. And I remember, like, being impressed with him. In WWE, he never had a match that I considered really good, but in WCW, he had a few. Probably the best in-ring encounter I can ever remember Luger having in WWE would be like his time limit draw against Tatanka, like at the King of the Ring. Oh, Six is in there with maybe a spin kick to the back of Luger's melon. Razor's Edge. And Zbyszko didn't even see. Look at Zbyszko looking around like, did something happen? Is he not going to count? Is he going to count? He didn't want to do it. Hey, 2 months earlier, Sean didn't want to do it either, so too bad. Zbyszko. Yeah, Six might have missed him, but that's okay. It was WCW. He's like, raise my hand. Look at Zbyszko so pissed. Why does Zbyszko look like a college volleyball coach? Oh, he wants to see the replay. That's not how it works, Zbyszko. If every referee has to see the replay, wrestling, the Hicks history books would look much different. He wants to show the replay? Why does this referee get treatment? Oh, they're going to... Oh, he barely even... Yeah, he did hit him. Or you did miss him. Yeah, Kyle, I have actually every Royal Rumble on VHS. I've got them all. Oh, come on. Zbyszko is restarting it. Instant replay all of a sudden. He's going to lose. Now he's running back. I thought Hollow was going to punch him. He should just beat his ass. Luger going to torture rack him here? Yep. Into the torture rack. Oh, yeah, I love it. X-Pac broke it up. Yeah, X-Pac, that's kind of, or 6, because that's kind of interesting. That's kind of what Luger was referencing when he, oh, I love the choke. Oh, Bischoff stomps Zbyszko's head. Now they're beating the shit out of, oh. So I'm guessing we're going to get that World War III match between the two next month. Is that what happens here? Remember when Luger came in, he was like, I'm sick and tired of playing with little kids. He was in the WWE at that time. 1, 2, 3 kid. Now he kicked him in the back of the head. That's great stuff. Oh, Larry and his nunchucks from AWA. I've got numbskulls here, and I'm not afraid to use them. Oh, I hated Bischoff's smile back then. I wanted to kill him. Well, the heels won anyway. That's all that matters. The Onion did an article on bad officiating in wrestling. That was probably pretty funny. I don't recall that one. One of my favorite Onion videos is a piece on Sony, who just released their newest stupid piece of shit. And everybody's lining up to get their new stupid piece of shit around the block, around Best Buy. Another one was Bret Michaels' tour bus crashed on the highway and spilled toxic quantities of slut all over the highway. And they were worried that some of the slut would leak into the water supply, and that sort of thing. It was pretty funny. Oh, the Onion. Oh, good. We're going to get some sort of a... What is this? This must be World War III. Yeah, that's the World War III promo. I'll be right back. I'm going to grab a cold one for these final 2 matches, and don't go anywhere. We are back. What did they say here? This is a like a lights out match or something? Perfect timing for Savage and Liz coming out. What is Savage wearing? He's a little colorful. Look at Liz. My God. Apple trying to reboot Steve Jobs after he died. That's funny. Sorry, I can't look at the chat right now. I'm looking at Savage's escort. Look at Savage's green. Oh, man, they're not playing DDP's Nirvana theme. Yeah, I don't think this was his music back then. Oh, shit, I left the fridge door open. Hold on. That's right, he's all bandaged up. He's a mess. So this is a Las Vegas sudden death match. That's what they said, huh? Yeah, Steven, they did away with the pumpkin on this show. I still thought this set was cool, but not as cool as the pumpkin. Missed the pumpkin. Gotta have the pumpkin. I think the Liz and Luger stuff was later on, but I'm not sure. It might have been bubbling at this time. Savage came in flying. Yeah, they don't play. Yeah, Ben, they don't play any of those knockoff songs. None of the Nirvana or Pearl Jam ones that Raven and DDP and Jericho and others used. They're never on these network versions. Oh, Pumpkin came the following year. I thought they had already had the Pumpkin. That's right, 98 had the Pumpkin. I was thinking they had a Pumpkin at like 96. Oh, that's right. You're right. I was thinking the Pumpkin already existed. It didn't. Wow. Good. The Pumpkin would be here next year. I'm surprised 99 had the Pumpkin because by 99 they were the logo had changed and shit by then. I hated that version of the WCW logo. They should have just kept everything the way it was. Yeah, that's so funny too because I did a review on Halloween Havoc 98 and I talked about how awesome that set was. Yeah, I'm glad some of these pay-per-view names have gotten resurrections in NXT. It's going to be a little different now with NXT's new look, but I always wanted these shows for the main roster. I wanted to have a Halloween Havoc and a War Games and shit like that, and a Great American. Well, I guess they did the Great American Bash. He's cleaning house now. Oh, Kevin, San Diego this time of year is perfect. We're in our second summer right now, so we still have some pretty warm days, but as also it's cooling down at night, which is really nice. I haven't ran the air conditioning in my house here in probably 2 weeks. Hasn't been necessary. But you can still have like crazy random 100-degree days just with the dry heat out here. But at night, once the sun goes down, it's cool, it's comfortable. San Diego has the most perfect weather in the United States. Continental. Hawaii might have us beat, but in terms of this landmass, nothing beats here. Hello. I think Dusty just tried to hammer home a point and nobody answered. He goes, hello? So this is what the fuck is the rules here? It's the 10 count, right? Yeah, because Dusty's like, he doesn't want to hit the diamond cutter. I'm like, why not? That's his finish. You don't have to submit. You have to not answer the 10 count, I believe. Oh, I remember when they did the MTV stuff with WCW. Dave Grohl probably has no clue that connection at all to him and Raven either, which is interesting. There's Raven right there. Speaking of Raven, front row. Just like Savage would be like, Johnny Polo, I remember you. I think we did commentary together one time. Yeah, sometimes I take for granted here the weather because you very rarely have to plan for the weather. If you have something to do, there's like a 95% chance that whatever you're doing, the weather's going to be really good for it. Where, I kind of forgot that when I went back and visited some friends back in the East Coast this summer, and, it rained a few times and we had to work around it and shit. And I'm like, I'm just not used to that. It doesn't rain here. Wish it rained more. We need rain desperately. Look at Stevie Richards laughing. I love that these guys sat there all night long with these fans. That's just hilarious. Big Stevie cool. They had a great, it might have been the Spring Stampede. What was the match that it was? I want to say DDP won. I thought that was a Spring Stampede. It might not have been. I might be getting my shit jumbled. Look at the fan took his shirt off. You going to jump in there, buddy? He throws his shirt. Back out of the way. Look at the referee looking at this shirtless dude like, what's going on? What a dumb fan. I'm just going to take my shirt off randomly in case I want to jump in. Yeah, Alan, it did. We got hit good with the thunderstorms. It was great. I have a bunch of pictures of lightning right behind my house. I posted on Twitter. And we got a pretty... Look at this guy with a no shirt on. I just want to slap him. I was so happy to get that rain. We needed it. It's not like it never rains here. It's just rare when it does. Whenever it rains, it's very interesting, and it never lightnings or thunders at all. So having that blow through here was really cool. Oh, Savage right through the tombstones. He knocked over what? 1, 2, 3, 4 of them? Elvis. They've got an Elvis one. That's great. Well, these things aren't made out of concrete, I guess, because DDP just kicked one over the fucking ceiling. Beloved. Oh, damn. It's just styrofoam. That's all that is. It's styrofoam. Oh. I don't even know what that was that hit Savage. Chill out, Dusty Rhodes. He's going crazy. Dusty just thinks that's the funniest fucking thing he's ever seen. He just picked up the waitress tray and busted his head with it. Oh, my God. Yeah, this is a literal Tombstone City. He should give him a tombstone on the tombstone. That's what I'd do. But that is nothing but foam, cardboard, foam, styrofoam bullshit. That's all that is. Yeah, that fan grabbed Raven when he was sitting down. I think it's freaked Raven out a little bit. Yeah, pretty much. Stevie came in with Raven. They were really close to each other. They were either the same night or a couple weeks apart. Mass exodus around this time from ECW. Everybody was jumping. No, I didn't hear Bobby say rest in peace. I mean, they were in a mock graveyard set, so I don't know if it would be automatically an Undertaker reference. It could also be they're in a graveyard reference. Rest in peace. I loved how Dusty got really excited about that waitress tray. Oh. Oh, that's why I thought it was raining. It's my cat's water bowl. It's one of those moving water bowls, and it's kind of low, and it makes a noise, and it sounds like it's rain on my roof. All right, mystery solved. Okay, so this is the rubber match between the two. I didn't know that. I knew they had wrestled, and I knew DDP picked up a win. Like it's going on. Look at Savage has got the camera. Jesus. Leave the cameraman alone. It's Ralphus's brother, probably. I love that Bobby always wanted to... Oh, he kicked the camera. Hopefully that's a fake camera. Hopefully that's not a shoot camera. You just ruined a couple grand there. Oh, Chiefs Bills delayed because of weather? Good. Come on over here. Where are they, in Buffalo? I guess they could be anywhere. Weather sucks in both those cities. Delayed. Delayed at what? Probably the half, huh? Football games don't often get canceled, so. Miss Elizabeth, yeah, girl. Another tray for Dusty. He's going to be so excited. She waffled the referee with the waitress tray. Oh, see, I love that's why. Who was the who was the person that said she doesn't work heel? You might want to take a look at the screen right now. Damn, look at her. She is choking DDP. Here comes Kimberly. Oh, I love it. Oh, my gosh. This is like a battle of hotness. Okay. Fans are into this. I never knew that Kimberly and Elizabeth mixed it up. That's pretty interesting. My goodness. And Kimberly is just dragging Elizabeth by the hair to the back. That's kind of funny. Come on, let's go back here. All right, they're gone. Damn, 4 a.m.? That sucks, Mike Witt. But thanks for being here. We'll see you next time. Both guys are brain exhausted. DDP chance. God, Nick Patrick, I cannot stop looking at your mustache. Oh, wow. Those are with force. DDP was pretty fun on the Jericho cruise. He was a blast. He did like yoga sessions every morning with everybody. It was awesome. DDPY, babies. I got the whole kit. Savage, are you going to try to drop the elbow from the top by going up that way? He's going up backwards on the rope. instead of going out to the outside like he normally does. That's kind of funny to see him climb the ropes this way. And he just, oh, that's a shittiest looking elbow. Damn, Daz, 4 a.m. in the UK, huh? It's only 7:30 at night where I'm at. And I stay up late. I'll be up till 4 o'clock in the morning, so I'll be up for the next 9, 10 hours. Randy in AEW over WWE if he was still with us today. Well, Randy might have kind of been locked up maybe legendly long-term in WWE. I'm not sure if Savage would go over there or not. I think they'd make a play for him if he was available, but he'd be pretty old by this point. Oh, top rope elbow to the gut of DDP. Right in the ribs. He's up by a half a count here. Oh, my God. Diamond cutter, but Nick Patrick is not available to count the count on Savage. I know. I can imagine being in the UK having to deal with this nonsense every day. You have to stay up late and all that stuff. It's got to be hard. It's got to be rough. I complain being on the West Coast that everything comes on earlier. Like Raw starts for me at like 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and it's not ideal. I prefer it to be on later, but that's still manageable. You know, where in the UK, you're staying up so late. 4 to go. He's counting them both. Page is up, but barely. Another diamond cutter. Oh, big low blow by Savage. Out goes Page. There's no DQ in this thing, so I think that's totally fine. Patrick saw it. Not that he'd call it. Mega athletes. Who's coming down? Oh, I thought maybe somebody was doing a run-in. Looked like the fans were standing. Oh, that's a fake Sting. Or that's either the fake Sting or it's the real Sting with a fake Sting mask. Nope. Fake Sting just nailed DDP. Good to see George out there taking pictures at ringside. So awesome. I miss seeing him out there. It was not Sting, you dopes. Oh, he ain't going to make it, is he? This is going to be the finish. He ain't going to make it, guys. That's it. Slim Jim wins. A man dressed like Sting. He's a man dressed like Sting. Dun-dun-dun-dun. He's a man dressed like Sting. Dun-dun-dun-dun. Oh, I remember the laser pointers at the wrestling shows, too. If you are caught using a laser pen, you will be ejected from the building. That's what Howard Finkel used to say at all the live events. Please do not throw anything whatsoever towards this ring. If you are caught doing so, you will be executed. You will be escorted from the arena. You will not be executed. That would be quite the rule. Lightning delay in Kansas City. Yeah, man. That part of the country deals with crazy fucking storms. This is my favorite part of the NWO theme when it's going dun, 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 and there's that spring like, doing in the background. I laugh my ass off. Boing. I could listen to that shit over and over. Me and my friends used to just trip out how funny the NWO theme was. It's a funny sounding song. Oh, Nick Patrick got knocked out. I thought Patrick was part of the NWO. Maybe that's already run its course, or that comes later. Bogus Sting. They should make that one word, Bogus Sting. I believe they were Hulk Hogan's boots. So they think this fake Sting came out was Hogan? You don't got anybody else in the NWO that can do that dirty work? Hogan's got, kind of a big match coming up. I know, you couldn't stop the laser pointers. It's hard to pinpoint where they're coming from, I have a laser pointer right over here. I go, Tito loves it. Tito's asleep under my feet. My cats are free and loose, but none of them have come to say hi, so. DDP's on the stretcher. Get well soon, DDP. See you in 23 years on the cruise. Oh, Savage is coming back. Oh, my God. I told you we're going straight to hell. Savage should do the ambulance thing. See, that's why I think like around this time, like a Savage Austin feud would have been money. That would have been some intensity beyond anything we've ever seen before. Yeah. Oh, it's a program now, Tony? I thought it was a telecast. I guess that's when it's on television. It's a program on pay-per-view. So is Hogan the champ or not? Because when Hogan and Piper fought like at Starrcade, there was a non-title match too. Why did they never put the belt on Piper? It's so funny. Oh yeah, AEW should bring out Bogus Sting. Like have him fuck up Darby Allin or something. That would be great. Here comes Age in the Cage. Shit in the pit. Poop in the coop.
The idea of them making Hogan wrestle and getting in this match and not allowing him to leave, I think it says that we've got the momentum on our side, WCW. With that in mind, we take you to our ring announcer for this mega
All right. Yeah, so Hogan was the champion at this time. So how the hell did he manage that? He was able to face Piper twice in the main event of pay-per-views and not put the belt up either time? Because at Starrcade, he got choked out to the sleeper, right? In 96?
This match is sanctioned by World Championship Wrestling and the Nevada State Athletic Commission.
Ooh, hit your cough button, Tony Schiavone. I sometimes forget to do that. I always forget to do that.
No rules. The survivor, if there is a survivor.
Michael Buffer, the survivor, if there is a survivor.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm ready, Michael. But I always thought Michael Buffer looked a lot like Vince McMahon. And there was an episode of Raw in 98. And I can't remember what they were doing, but it was some bullshit celebration for the heels or the court or for Vince and his goons. And Vince wore like a tux like that. And I was like, Jesus Christ, he looks exactly like Michael Buffer. I can't remember the segment I'm thinking of, but it might have been like a Vince McMahon appreciation thing or so. It was somewhere in 98 during the Austin McMahon feud. And when he was in there wearing that tux, he looked like Michael Buffer. There we go. That cage. Are they lowering this fucking piece of shit down? Anyone find it interesting that neither Bobby or Dusty aren't wearing their wedding rings? I didn't know that. I didn't realize that. Who knows? There might be any reason for that. I don't like jewelry. I don't wear watches, rings, necklaces. I can't wear any of that stuff. So they might just not like to wear it. And Hogan doesn't even have the title. Where's the belt, yo? Hogan just coming out by himself. That's probably Hogan being political too, or something like, I'm not going to bring the title out there. That way, it's not going to. It's going to remind people less that this should be a title change if I lose or whatever. No, the cage is so terrible. The Memphis cage, too, the one that had a ceiling on it, was a bit wobbly, too. But this thing, well, I guess that looks a little sturdier than I was thinking. But look at how big the openings there. Like, I'm not a huge person, but if that was the hole I had to work with escaping jail, I could get through that. I could definitely get through that. Just put one arm in first, and go through. You can get through there. That might have helped with with the camera angle from when you do a wide shot, you can see better inside. But it just looked so shitty compared to what they did just 3 weeks prior to this in Hell in the Cell. Here comes Piper, ready to fight. Was this the match that he went to Alcatraz for a month or something, or was that a different match? What did he go to Alcatraz for? I remember Piper went to Alcatraz. It might have been for this. Oh, there's the belt. He's got it. There it is. So he must have stole it. That is weird seeing him carry that belt like that. Super Brawl 97. Okay. I mean, that's the closest we've ever seen to him holding the world title. Is that right there? That cage. The cage doesn't even look that great. He's like, oh shit, I can't get out of this thing. Every 5K every time he said, let's get ready to rumble. That's awesome. Is that $1,000 a word? Jesus Christ, man. Shut up, you idiots. Yeah, Savage's bump off this cage I do think he did a little bit of damage to himself.
And Hogan, as we have seen with the NWO many times, has run. Well, it's locked shut right now, and Piper just waiting for him in the ring.
And he don't look too confident now, does he? He's not playing his guitar right now, is he? He's running.
I'm sure Buffer was paid very well. I'm not quite sure if I'm going to believe $100K per appearance. That's awfully steep. He's not in that much fucking demand. But I could be wrong. I just feel like that's a bit much. I could maybe buy 50 G's, but I mean, he was doing a lot of nitros and a lot of pay-per-views around this time. And if that's the case, that means Michael Buffer is making over $1 million a year for his WCW appearances. Even as crazy as WCW was back then, I can't fathom that being a reality. Take chunks out of him, says Dusty. Take out the chunks. I could definitely get through those holes in that cage. I could get right out. Marco Stunt could dive through there untouched. He wouldn't even touch the sides.
And this is what he does best. He never says he wrestles a man. He always says he fights a man. Notice that. He's ready to fight. I comes to fight.
Yeah, Piper always fought. It was crazy seeing him back in WCW or NWA too, Piper coming back in and doing shit with Flair and everything. Just crazy.
Great shape. Of course he does. But in a match like that, he seems more comfortable playing in this situation than Hogan does. Oh, yeah. You guys notice something here? What is that?
There is absolutely, unless I missed it,
We got quite a few titanium body parts in this match.
no referee to be found. Don't need one. This represents WCW, NWO. There is a referee on the outside. As we look, Randy Anderson, but go ahead with it. Call him out. And now Piper pummeling.
Yeah, Piper went to WCW. If he was buried there or been a punching bag or he fell victim to politics there, that's kind of his own fault. WWE would have loved to keep him in, but he went and he got offered money. He had to go, you know. Oof, Hogan's trying to get out.
No blows are legal. Anything illegal. That's why the referee is just in there to call it off. Piper said, you saw at the beginning of our program. Piper said, I will finish him once and for all in the cage.
I mean, he's going to ram his head into the cage. You could miss. Your head could just go right through the hole. You know, like it's not even. I think the squares are too big. There's just way too much space there. They need to be tightened up. It needs to not be so damn wobbly. It's iron bars. You could break one of those with your hand, Bobby Heenan.
But now it's Hogan on the offense here. Stomping Piper. And let's also let you in on something. There is a steel beam that runs at the bottom of that.
Oh, now I get it. You guys, I was like, earlier, I was like, what the hell were you talking about? Was I asking about when you guys were telling me it was Super Brawl? That was the Piper Alcatraz shit. Now I get it. Took me a minute. Hey, I don't think the Kiss stuff brought in as much business as WCW thought. So they're out already. They somehow got out of this fucking cage. This shitty ass. Look at this thing. It's just welded nonsense. It doesn't even look very good. Look at that steel. Hell in the Cell was better. Way better. I'm out of here. Hogan's leaving. He's like, fuck this. You're already out of the cage. Hogan's backing off. The real Sting. That looks like the real Sting. That looks weird seeing him, his hair like that. Look at that shitty steel. Look how shoddily that thing is put together. Like the bars don't even match up. They're like all uneven. It's like the worst. It's so, I just feel like I could break it. Like if I just really worked hard at it. I can't tell if that's real Sting with a fake Sting mask on or if it's just the real Sting. He's disorientated. That happens. You can get disorientated sometimes. Happens to the best of us. Donnie Patty? I'm open to doing a Starrcade 97 watch along. Why not? December's coming up. I think the Sting in the aisleway was a real Sting. I could tell by his facial shape that was him. But he still looks a little bit off. Plus, if he was a fake Sting, he wouldn't be backing Hogan up. It could be a good guy fake Sting. And the real Sting could be coming down from the rafters here shortly or something like that. I don't know. God, look how high they are up. Be careful, Hogan. You're not going to be taking any Mick Foley bumps. We know that. Okay, that does look like... Okay, there's another... Stings galore. So now there's two Stings. So maybe it is a fake Sting and the real one is still lurking. Oh, yeah, Jim Cornette tore this apart on one of those Raw rants that he did back in the day. The night after this match on Raw. He talked about how shitty it was, and he is right. 89 Royal Rumble watch along. That would be a weird one. Survivor Series 98, that would be a fun one because there's so much to do. There's like a bunch of matches. I mean, that's a huge tournament. It definitely would be fast-paced. So I'm into Survivor Series 98 doing that next month for sure. I'll get my deadly game on. I ain't afraid. Oh. Damn, he is just pounding Piper. Oh, the weight belt. What do you think Shawn and Taker would do with a match like this, like with this particular cage? They'd make it better than these two yahoos, I know that. Hogan's leaving. Damn, Hogan's going all the way up. He's trying to get out. I'm surprised Hogan's taking this chance climbing this ice 30 feet up in the air. Maybe 20. What are you doing? It's a good shot. It's a good camera shot of the two of them way up there. Do a superplex. I can't believe they're teetering on the top like this. It's actually kind of risky for these two. If one falls, that person, an individual, will be deceased. Here comes another sting. Look at these wigs they're wearing. 4 that we've accounted for. 4 stings. That sting's got cops with him. Survivor Series 90 was fun too. The match of survival. I'll do them both. Undertaker debut. You drop from that height. It's going to be more than serious injury, Dusty. Come on, Piper, get in there. Kicking on him. That one right there looks like the real one. But I don't know how this works. No, I haven't done Survivor Series 02. I think 02 and 98 are good candidates for next month. What's Piper got? A shirt? What are you going to do with a shirt? Oh, choke him. The crowd is extremely quiet for this match. You're a victim now, Piper. Like a piece of meat. Oh, he's ramming his head on the ground. Jesus. That looks so funny. Oh, yeah, another Madison Square Garden show, huh, Victor? I hate the Elimination Chamber match so much, but that match is probably the only one I can tolerate because it was the first one. I like how Piper shivers. Wait a minute. Why is there a referee in there now? Oh, here comes Savage. Cannot believe he did this. Jesus. Look at that cage moving. Ugh. Oh, God, he did land badly. Oh, God. Oh, now he's got the sleeper on Hogan. I would have sworn at the beginning of the match, like, Tony was like, how cool is this? There's no referee in the ring, and now there is one. I don't understand. I don't even think they know what's going on. And that's it. Savage is trying to help. And it's over. I mean, I don't know what the height of that cage is from the ring mat up there, but fucking 15 feet at least. Probably 20 or more to the floor. Oh, Bischoff's in the ring. One of these fuckers is the real Sting. Not that one with the Aunt Pam hair. Yeah, even the audience here is just like, God, can we end this, please? A bogus Sting. Oh, yeah, they want Sting. You got to have the real Sting. When Hogan was yellow and gold Hogan in WCW, was he doing the Hulk? Because he's do Hulkamania. Was he Hulkamania in WCW, or did WWE own that? I just thought of that when I saw that Piper Mania sign right there. Oh, now they got Savage tied up to this fucking thing. Well, I guess the real Sting isn't just hanging around out there. He'd be here by now. Makes me think that Sting's going to come from the rafters. And if he lands in the ring in the cage, there will be no escaping these fuckers. Who's this? Who is this? Who the fuck is this? What is happening? That's a real fan, y'all. The camera even got fooled. What the I don't remember this at all. Wait, maybe this is not a real fan. This wouldn't be going. Hogan and Savage wouldn't be. Is this real security? Explain to me what the fuck is happening here. Oh, they're beating the kid up. I love it. Okay, so this is definitely not a real fan. They wouldn't be punching him. They wouldn't be throwing work punches at him. Who the hell was that? Is that David Flair? He's putting up a hell of a fight, whoever he is. This fan wanted to save Piper. Trying to save the. They're putting the fan over like he's a babyface. He jumped in the ring. I don't think this is a real fan. They wouldn't have the camera on him so much, but the way the fake Sting jumped on him and tried to hold him down made me think he was like trying to restrain him. This fan. Anybody know who played the fan? Who was the fan that did this? Oh, and that was the end of the match? And Piper hangs there in the corner? Oh, wow. Well, that was a interesting. I always loved how they did the credits for WCW shows. That was an interesting pay-per-view. What a mess of a main event. My God, crazy stuff. But nonetheless, fun stuff as it always is with these watch-alongs. This was a fun one to look at. We're going to do another one next Sunday, Halloween Havoc. We'll probably do 93. I'll take a look at the cards for 94, 95, 96. Maybe we'll do one. And I think it's going to be one of those 4 years. So I will probably put up a poll right here on YouTube over on the community tab during the week and see which one you guys pick. And I'll let you guys kind of pick, because if it's 93, 4, 5, or 6, I'm actually fine with any of those. So we will let y'all decide, and we'll do it next week. So I will be back, of course, tomorrow night. It's Monday Night Raw, so make sure you're here after the show. Got a big women's tag set for tomorrow with Bianca and Sasha taking on Becky and Charlotte. Big E and Drew McIntyre apparently are going to have a confrontation in the ring, and that will probably set up their Crown Jewel match and make that official. Probably will be a pretty decent Raw tomorrow, so make sure you're here for the review. Thanks for hanging out tonight for the watch-along, and I'll catch you tomorrow evening after Raw.